Jai Shri Krishna. The story of Prabhudasji Bhat. A Bhat is a poet who would always sing in the praise of a king of the land. Prabhudasji was born in a Bhat family in the town of Sinhad. His father was a great poet who, all his life, wrote songs to sing in the praise of a local king and collected a fortune doing so. But Prabhudasji never knew anything about writing or even singing to keep the king in a good mood. His father tried his best to teach his craft to his only son, but failed every time he tried. Prabhudasji lost his father when he was 15. He was devastated by his beloved father's loss. He was also feeling bad about himself for not as being smart as his father. Driven by the anguish, he left town to come to the city of Mathura. Day after day, he would come to Vishram Ghat on the bank of river Yamuna to curse his misfortune and weep all day long. Days later, when Shri Prabhuji arrived at Vishram Ghat, he saw the young boy crying his heart out. Knowing him to be a worthy soul, Shri Prabhuji kindly asked the reason for Prabhudasji's crying. Touched by the compassionate words of a great guru, Prabhudasji narrated his life story. Shri Prabhuji comforted him and initiated him into Pushti Bhakti Marg. As a new Vaishnav, Prabhudasji wrote a song of praise of Shriji Baba and Shri Prabhuji and sang it in a melodious voice. Shri Prabhuji said, "Dear Prabhu, now you are on the right track. I will give you your own Thakorji, who you can serve and love. Now you must return home as your family is very worried about you." Prabhudasji returned to Sinhad. He got separated from his non-Vaishnav family and began living by himself. He decided to remain unmarried. He would spend his days in his Thakorji seva and in the company of other Vaishnavs in the town. His family and his caste people did not like his ways, but he never really cared. Years later, when he was on his deathbed and lost consciousness, his caste people took him to their place of pilgrimage. When Prabhudasji regained his senses, he was very unhappy that he was separated from his Thakorji. He requested his people to take him back, but they declined his request. They insisted that dying at a holy place should take him straight to heaven. Prabhudasji said that he would never die without taking his final leave from his Thakorji. Soon, he got better and resumed his daily routine of evening walks. Prabhudasji's caste people had no alternative but to bring him back home. On his return, Prabhudasji did seva of his Thakorji and said, "My beloved Lalo, I knew you would not let me go without seeing you one last time. Now I request you to let me leave. Also, please allow me to find you a new home where you will be served with love after I am gone." Prabhudasji felt that his Thakorji was blessing him with a gentle, loving smile. He requested a fellow Vaishnav to invite his Thakorji into his home. The Vaishnav friend gladly agreed. Satisfied that his Thakorji found a suitable home, Prabhudasji came out of his house, said Jai Shri Krishna to all, and left his body. The moral of Prabhudasji's story is that for Vaishnavs serving their Thakorji is much more important than the visits of all the holy places of pilgrimage. Jai Shri Krishna.